All right, folks, here we go. XRP to surpass Bitcoin. That is the title of tonight's live session. What an absolute pleasure. I can just confirm for you guys that we are getting the hustle on. We're making it happen. Cash flow. We take a little bit of that. We put it into precious metals, cryptocurrency, and we take advantage of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. Get tapped in with us if you guys want the full program. Right now, I'm offering the free 30-minute one-on-one sessions when you sign up for a year of the Discord membership. Okay, you get a save 16% and you get a free 30-minute one-on-one session with myself. We can chop it up, talk business, talk life, whatever vibe you want to catch. Boy, we're going to catch one in Vegas, aren't we? Folks, I'm really looking forward to it. Tonight, we're going to run it up. I appreciate everyone for waiting for me. Coming in here a little bit late. It's 8:15 on the West Coast. God bless all of UK. Right on into it. The market's pumping. So that's the good news. We got Bitcoin up to 30,600, 2,100 for our Ethereum, and XRP up to 5192, 5198, about to pass 52 cents. I also got something nice here to show you guys. This is what we're looking at here, folks, is a $26 per ounce silver. How about it? This is the 4-hour chart, and you can see we were back down at lows. We touched down to 19.9, below $20 per ounce just back in March. And you can see this is silver on the 4-hour chart, but we're kind of zoomed out here all the way back to the beginning of March, the beginning of last month. And you can see over the last month, silver on the steady climb. And you know me, I got my 10 ounces, I got my 1 ounces, and you guys know where to find it. Now, we're going to get right on into it, folks, because we got a lot to cover. Current events, cryptocurrency, and the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. I appreciate this community so much, guys. We just surpassed 63,000 subscribers. Yeah, TikTok, what are we at? Like 306. And on the Twitter, we just hit like 15 or something. It's moving quickly, and the timeline here, it's happening right now. Right, so we're trying to save. The train has left the station, and we're still trying to pull people aboard with us, right? For those of you that have been here for 2 years, we're going to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the Discord by meeting up in Vegas. A little secret sauce session. Going to be a lot of fun. 2 years in the investment community of like-minded individuals that have been tapped in on every single level, and it's a beautiful thing to finally see that we've been right. And it's finally starting to move, right? Silver, you see what just happened over the last month. The momentum behind XRP right now is overwhelming. It's too much for some. They can't handle it. You're seeing the FUD at all-time high as well. People that just confuse the facts and forget what all has been done when we look at Ripple XRP. And how that's just part of this transfer of wealth that we talk about. We've positioned ourselves for real estate. We've positioned ourselves with our business. It's a beautiful thing to see, but it's also a very interesting time, to say the least, right? I mean, when you see your friends, family, Main Street suffering, that's not something that I like to see as an American. It's a joke and it's a shame what we're seeing take place in the DC dance, the DC world stage, and how our country's being mocked on the world stage and the dollar's being dropped. And see, many people still just don't get this. When a country says, a president of Brazil says, we're going to move away from the dollar, and I would encourage everybody else to. When the Kenyan president said it, we laughed. I didn't laugh. I took it serious. I'd been warning about this before the Kenyan president told me that they were going to do settlement for their oil in their own currency, their native currency, the shilling. With Saudi Arabia, to get a player like Saudi Arabia to agree to that, I took that serious, but many people laughed. Mainstream media didn't cover it, right? And now we see the president of Brazil. See, that means that for all intents and purposes, the dollar is dead in that country. Now, the people might still use it for a little bit longer, but most of the people are going to be looking for alternatives. Maybe that's why Bitcoin's pumped up here to 30,600, right? Bitcoin's made an incredible move. I got to give a shout out to the Bitcoin boys. Now, it does help them that the crypto market is still 100% manipulated. Until we have regulations, the laws of the road, the rules of the road get set, the manipulation's still prevalent, and you still have the infighting in the cryptocurrency exchanges. You know, Sam Bankman fraud, CZ, the gang, Justin Tron getting sued. It's another lawsuit every week, right? It's another bank every week. It's all the way from the crypto bros all the way up to the biggest banks in the world who are getting the backstop from the Fed. But what's that causing? That's causing the world to drop the dollar. And that's, anybody who's actually tapped in is realizing it. And that's why you guys have been buying your precious metals at a record pace. I was talking with my good friend Andy, who we just got hooked up with, Miles Franklin, CEO. They've been servicing clients for 33 years and no complaints ever. And the premiums are having to go up and the supply is getting drained. And you guys are seeing, we just hit $26 for silver, the setup at 2,000 already for gold, starting to make its move up and just a few percentage points away from that all-time high. I see a super chat from my boy there, XRP Blinder. Appreciate you, brother. I can't be there, bummed, but here's a $5 to put an 11 black roulette. Have a great, safe trip to my friends who are going. I will put that down for you, brother. I usually stay away from the roulette table. I like the craps. I think we're going to have a little fun down there for sure. But once again, the thing that I'm excited for down in Vegas, folks, is to meet with some real players, some real business operators. Basically people within the community here that are going to build real businesses using this technology, build real businesses based off of the wealth that we're going to build. XRP is just part of it. I think that we're going to do, we're going to have handsome gains by the time this party's all said and done, for sure. But what are we going to do with that? And that's kind of what I'm excited for in Vegas, is to chop it up with everybody else in the XRP community who's trying to build real businesses. And this is what I've been saying. This has been my main complaint the whole time, is the developers are like, just build. And I'm like, we got a lot of people that are coming. It's just a lot of people like myself are waiting. I've waited to do my NFT project. I've waited to do any sort of crypto really until we get regulations and a level playing field within my own business. But in the meantime, you don't confuse the facts. I've been stacking it like crazy, like a madman. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it, but I've just been stacking it. Silver, XRP, and a few other assets as well. And then right now I got cash on the sidelines for real estate. I've put out my whole program for you guys. You guys know me, and I think that's where a lot of people get value out of my show and what I do here every day. Is you see a real operator in the streets building a real business. And that's the thing, is that I'm so excited to meet with some of these other guys and gals in Vegas and hear what kind of projects they're excited to invest in, to build. I think that there is so much coming to this XRP ledger, and our community needs to stand together right now and remember where we're at. I have more bullish stuff to show you guys at the end of this. I mean, we're going to go through, Ripple just announced their liquidity hub. It's a massive update for you guys tonight, a little bit of current events, but mostly we're going to get into cryptocurrency after I conclude this rant. But I just think that the community needs to stay together right now. I'm excited to go to Vegas. Whether we get a ruling before Vegas or not, it's going to be a vibe. It's going to be fun. And like I said, for my community, 2 years of our Discord community, like-minded individuals that have been tapped in on everything, so much more than crypto, so much more than, hey, how do I trade, bro? No, this is family. This is friends that are navigating the crises that we've been expecting. I mean, none of this stuff really does shock us. The only thing that's shocked me is how the timeline's been extended and how many people are still asleep. But once again, like I said, the train has left the station. So at this point in the timeline, the train has left the station. We're on board with Rosie Rios and everybody else, and we're still trying to pull people up, get them on board, get them to stack the precious metals, get them to consider reallocating their 401k. Because you've seen the 401ks are getting wiped out, the real estate equities getting wiped out, and Main Street businesses are shutting down. So like I said, this is a painful opportunity, but the folks that I'm talking about with, the conversations that I'm having within our business and the connections that we've been making right now and what's in store for us is incredible. An incredible opportunity. And so I'm just here to take my community with me. Like I said, I'm trying to reach as many people as possible so that we can still get them on board with us. We still got time. We're starting to move. We haven't started moving fully quantum yet. Okay, we haven't fully launched the QFS yet, but we got time here to pull some people on board. And I like to have fun with it, and I don't get offended by speculation. I don't care about getting the tech wrong because I'm not a tech guy. I'm here to make money. So like I said, I run real businesses, and I can't wait to build businesses using DLT technology. Until we get clarity on regulations, then I'm going to be moving in. Afterwards, that, I shout out to Ripple for spending $100 million battling our government, right? That's what it takes. And so I stand behind them. I stand behind, we got a few congressmen, I'm about to show you a clip, who are actually pressing because they're trying to cover up FTX. They don't even want to give information in regards to FTX. And as we know, Gary Gensler and gang was meeting with FTX, all before the collapse occurred. So it's corruption at the highest levels. We do our part in exposing that, but you guys know the program here. Every single night we break it down for you guys, the moves that we're making to navigate this crisis, to take advantage of this opportunity. So let's get right on into it. I see we got 400 in the chat. I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Yes, XRP Vegas is now sold out. So you can't, if you're late to the party, you will not be able to get tickets to the event. But my meetup is free for my community. So if you're in my community and you're close to Vegas, I hope to see you there, okay? Because our meetup is going to be lit, and it's just going to be so much fun in Vegas, folks. But major moves underway. Let's get right on into it. Current events, folks. Here we go. Gold Telegraph. Today, we have Brazil's president said that he supports the idea of the BRICS nations coming up with an alternative to replace the dollar in foreign trade. More and more details are beginning to come out. We recently learned that commodities, including gold and others such as rare earth elements, could potentially back the BRICS reserve currency. The BRICS alliance has received interest from more than a dozen countries in joining the bloc. These countries are commodity powerhouses. This is what a monetary reset looks like, all the way from the little countries like Kenya that everyone was dismissing. Oh, this doesn't matter. No, this was Kenya getting Saudi Arabia to pay them in their native currency for their oil, for their trade, for their commodities. And this is where we're moving, and it's happening rather quickly. Here we go. Dollar falls to 1-year low against the euro. It continues. Peter Schiff, if you bought U.S. Treasuries to earn a 4% yield in 2023, you've already lost 3 times that. And this is what has just made me laugh so much, is to understand, once I started to look behind the scenes of the traditional finance space, how these financial advisors actually work. Remember, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I got financial advisors listening to me. I've had conversations with a few now. They're like, yeah, dude, we love your show. We love tuning in and we appreciate it. And have you thought about doing this and that? And then I say, okay, yeah, we're working on a few things. We can talk. But what's interesting to me is that they've suggested a 60-40 portfolio that just had its 3rd worst year ever, and they suggest 40% of that portfolio being in bonds, which just had its worst year in history last year. That was the bond market. And so now we see Peter Schiff says this: if you bought US Treasuries to earn a 4% yield last year, you thought that was a good deal. You've already lost 3 times that, as you now need 12% more dollars to buy the same amount of gold. If your investment advisor held a large allocation to Treasuries to play it safe, you need a new investment advisor. Folks, what are you doing with your 401k right now? If you want to move it on over to precious metals, we can help facilitate that. Brian Garcia paints 10 spot super chat. Appreciate that. If cryptocurrency is the answer for inflation of the financial crisis, what happens to our buying power when fully adopted? Do bags of chips go back to being 50 cents? LOL. God bless, brother. I think that we go to a place and we never come back down to these levels once again. Like I said, I don't really care if XRP stabilizes at $2, $5, $10, $50. I just want to see us get regulations, get a level playing field, and utility get to unlocked. And we're just going to build and put more and more value on the ledger from there. And more value will get settled on the ledger on a daily basis from there. So from that point, I expect us to stabilize and then grow from there. We will still have volatility. We will still have pullbacks as long as there's trading and speculation. There's going to be movements like that. You see that in the traditional stocks as well. But when you have liquidity assets like XRP, liquidity tokens, liquidity utility, you go to a place and then you never come back again because you have a set amount of liquidity that's moving on that network on a daily basis. Now, so far, we haven't done too much. It's been a drop in the bucket compared to the flood of liquidity that's coming into DLT technology. It's just been a little couple drips, 30 billion in settlements since about 2019, 2020 with Ripple Net. That's not even all on XRP. So people are confused. With all this news, with all these partnerships, with ODL firing up and growing like wildfire, why hasn't the price moved? Well, the price is still suppressed because we still have manipulation, but they're not ready to unlock this asset, and its true value has not been revealed, right? We're still in a manipulated market, and you're about to see it move, and it's about to move to somewhere that's going to be fun. And like I said, I don't care if we stabilize at $1, $2, $5, right? after we get out of this lawsuit, after we get out of regulations. Set us free and allow the utility to come. Now, you look at all the conservative TA predictions that take us to $7 to $10, $7 to $13, $20, right? Conservative predictions over the next 5 to 10 years that take us to somewhere that changes our lives, right? Now, you can debate if XRP is going to go to 10K, if it's the new world reserve currency. You can debate that till the sun comes up tomorrow. Everybody and their brother has come to basically the consensus that it's going to do something here upon breakout. The case is pretty clear. We're coming to a conclusion. We're about to roll. And at $5, it actually changes a lot of people's lives. So, like I said, I don't care where we stabilize at. You know, I think I have no doubts about where this thing goes. And, you know, I will say this recently, since I'm ranting on this. XRP probably won't hit 10K because I think that the currency resets before then. Yeah, you know, I've never ruled out $10,000 per XRP because I don't know how much the hyperinflation will actually kick in, or if it will at all, or if they just reset the currency before. I'm about to show you guys. They just wrote off $6 billion worth of student loan debt. So they've opened up Pandora's box, and you don't know how the Fed's going to manipulate you. We don't even know who our president is, what's going on with that gentleman, Joe Biden. We have no idea what's going on in D.C. So they can just, with the stroke of a pen, say it's forgiven. Now, we have over $1 trillion in student loan debt. It's actually, you know, supposed to be one of the biggest assets on the balance sheet of our government, but if they're not getting paid back, then that wouldn't be an asset, would it? Now, Brian Garcia paints another 5-spot super chat. I was talking about our buying power, Zach, not the price of XRP. When crypto is fully adopted, will retail prices drop? Well, that's the whole thing, Brian. Sorry, I didn't answer your question so pointed there when I first answered it. But Brian, the thing is, that's the thing. I don't know. We probably reset the currency before we go to, you know, we could reset the currency before we go to $100 XRP, right? We could speculate about that till the sun comes up tomorrow. But I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. For me, I'm only keeping what I need in US dollars to operate my businesses and pay my bills right now. So I'm trying to transition away, just like all these other countries are dropping the dollar. The dollar is dead in those countries. It's not going to be used for trade. Their people are going to seek out alternatives. And if their, you know, sovereign currency has been reset, restructured, and actually backed by something, they're actually going to use their native currency, right? Now, they've been forced to, and obviously that's happening with withdrawal limits, currency swap limits that are being set in these countries that are upwards of 50%, 70%, 100% inflation. You're seeing they're stopping their ability to switch from the Argentine peso to the US dollar, right? They're trying to stop this from occurring, right? But what you're seeing now is these currencies that, like we just covered, they're starting to finally reveal what they've been working on, what we've been talking about, what we were deemed crazy for, right? Is all now here. This whole last 2 to 3 years has opened up Pandora's box, and it's moving rather quickly. Okay. Even the mainstream media is finally having to admit and come around to what we've been talking about for the greater part of a decade, at least myself, when I started learning about the Federal Reserve and everything involved with that. 10 years later, we're finally getting it. Talking about our buying power. What's our buying power, bro? $6 for my white chocolate mocha. And I tipped $2. $8. $8.30 for a 20-ounce coffee. It's absurd. People want to talk about, well, hyperinflation isn't coming. Okay, hyperinflation might not be coming, but I'll tell you, it's not 5% inflation. It's not 6% inflation. Inflation didn't peak out at 9.1%. It was double that. And it's consistently been double what the CPI lie is. And it's a lot worse on other food staples and other assets and currencies. And you're seeing what Bitcoin's done. You're seeing what XRP's doing. You're seeing what gold and silver just did and are doing. And we still got a long ways to go. See, this is just starting. I don't know. As far as our buying power, Brian, I appreciate the super chats. I don't know if I get your question about will retail prices drop. Prices on everything are going up, and that's not stopping, and they're lying about how they calculate inflation. I mean, look at what I just covered this with Peter Schiff. If you bought U.S. Treasuries to earn a 4% yield in 2023, you've already lost 3 times that. So you were making the safe play by investing in bonds, and you've already lost 3 times that, as you now need 12% more dollars to buy the same amount of gold, because gold compared to the US dollar. And then, like I showed you right here, dollar falls to 1-year low against the euro. So gold has already reached all-time high in these other currencies. It's just been lagging in against the dollar because the dollar was the cleanest shirt in the closet. But you guys are seeing on a weekly basis, every single day, it's a new country that's dropping the dollar. There's nearly 100 plus countries that have simultaneously moved against the dollar. Silver is right now breaking out of a huge 12-year consolidation. Focus on the big picture. Stagflation like in the 1970s is here. This is from Gold Ventures. And see, this is what I'm investing in. I'm investing in assets that have been suppressed for decades. XRP has been suppressed for a decade. Silver, breaking out of a consolidation for 12 years. Same thing with gold. This is assets that have been suppressed for over a decade. Look at this chart here, folks. You see where we're at, 25, and you have us breaking out and launching up into potentially 3 digits. I know there's a lot of people that are calling for 3-digit silver, $100 plus. I mean, where's he at on the time frame? He's all the way out to 2036 up to 200 plus an ounce. So, 5 to 10 years, what is reality going to be like? I wish I could tell you. We're in a battle. They have Agenda 2030 that is available for all of us to see now, right? The mainstream program just admits kind of where they're trying to take us, the direction that they're trying to go with everything. And it's very simple. The real commodities, the real assets like silver, gold, all have to be reset. XRP has to be reset. XRP is not worth, what is it trading at? 52 cents right now. It's not worth that, right? And over the last month, we went from $20 per ounce silver to now one of these guys is going to cost you $26 an ounce. But wait, there's more. There's a supply shock. See, that's what happens when we start talking about finite resources, finite commodities, finite currencies like XRP with only 100 billion and much less in circulation. They tell you 50 billion on CoinMarketCap. There ain't 50 billion XRP circulating around. I'll tell you that right now. My XRP ain't circulating. And it's not going to be for a long time. Good luck getting one of these for less than $40 an ounce right now. See, I just showed you guys the chart. We're at $26 an ounce, but go look at what's happening with the premiums. Go look at what's happening with the minimums that you're having to purchase. And then we've been tracking it, the vaults getting drained day after day. Record levels of the vaults getting drained. Now, every once in a while, they do add back. Like just yesterday, they actually added back to the COMEX vaults. They're trying to save it. They're just trying to save what's left of the old guard of fiat. They're trying to stall the death of fiat. That's what this whole game is about. MC Prosperity, thanks, Zach, for all you do in the XRP community. 20 spot, that's massive. MC, I appreciate that, guys. You are making it rain tonight. I appreciate the super chats tonight. God bless you all. Okay, we're moving, guys. Daniela DiMartino Booth. It sounds like the GOP is going to propose a 1-year suspension of the debt ceiling so that they can revisit it right into the teeth of a presidential and congressional election. That's a Machiavellian as it gets, and also a huge gamble. So this is in regards to a tweet that she put out. QT continues apace, with the New York Fed research expecting BS to fall to $6 trillion by 2025. And this is the assets right here. This is the reserve assets here, the Fed balance sheet, falling back to $6 trillion by 2025. At the current pace of $300 billion a month with only $168 billion left, we better hope that April tax collections prove robust. Otherwise, we'll be searching sofa cushions for spare change. This is the situation here with the federal government, folks. will be down to only 168 billion left. Now, this gentleman right here says only 86 billion left now. The big withdrawal yesterday was 26 billion for SSA. 51 billion increase in public debt expected on Monday. Okay. So there's, some back and forth here on where we're at with the balance sheet and where we're at. Well, there's not much debate on the balance sheet, but there's a little debate back and forth on where we're at with the with the amount of cash on hand left for our federal government, right? So we'll see right here if the Republicans try to stall this out for another year. We're coming up on it once again, and they're running out rather quickly, potentially less than $100 billion left. And so we're just watching this, guys, and we see today, like I said, the Supreme Court to allow $6 billion in student loan debt to be canceled. So we have the debt forgiveness taking place. Does this confirm that Nasara Jasara is happening? Well, I'm not going to put that out. I'm not going to make that claim. I'm not going to confirm that. But I know some people are suggesting that this is the start of the debt forgiveness and aspects of the Nasara Jasara deal, right? Like I said, in 2020, we opened up Pandora's box, and so now they can rewrite everything. They are rewriting and fundamentally it's a revolution of every aspect of society before us. Johnny Meg Sachs, appreciate the 5 spot. Hypothetical thoughts on if the government might deem the XRP escrow systemically important, then they burn half of it to raise the price. I think that if they wanted to take it, I don't think that they would burn it. And once again, even if you take the escrow, it would take an 80% consensus validation from the network to actually burn it. Right? I guess the escrow is controlled. They could lock it away, I guess. I guess they could black hole it. Yeah, but I don't think that they would. As far as them wanting to do that, I don't think that they will. I think that they've already just, probably accumulated some XRP, or they just understand that a lot of the banks in the United States that will be left standing are going to use XRP on the back end for wholesale payments. As far as the government trying to take the escrow, the precedent that we have goes back to the 1930s with them obviously taking gold, and then obviously them lying, taking us off the gold standard in the 1970s. Once again, we come here, they're telling us that inflation's transitory. They're telling us that they expect a mild recession. So I'll let you guys determine how much you want to trust the Federal Reserve, and trust our federal government. I know that I don't. And so that's why I keep my options open, stashed, hidden, cold storage, and why I continue to have conversations with our lawyers. See, people were so confused with the whole buyback thing, and I still get comments. Oh, what's the update on the buyback committee? Well, the update is that I'm still having conversations with lawyers about protecting our assets. What are you doing? Well, this was never about 50K buyback from the Fed. My good friends in the comments that are still hating on me for talking about protecting our assets with lawyers. Don't get it twisted. Don't confuse the facts. You need to be talking with lawyers, and you need to be talking about with estate planners how to pass this on down to your children if you plan on building generational wealth. This was never about 50K buyback. This is a conversation with lawyers. Some of the best lawyers in the game, actually. Some of the lawyers that are filing class action lawsuits against Coinbase. Now Coinbase finally gives up our Flare token. Huge shout out to Fred Rispoli for applying pressure. Just huge shout out to John Deaton. Can't wait to meet some of these guys in Vegas. Shake their hand. Tell them God bless. God bless you in your journey. Keep fighting the good fight for us. We stand behind you. We do everything that we can to spread this message. Get people to join the class action lawsuits that unfortunately we have to file. Yeah. I don't know, man. Are they going to take the escrow? We could debate that till the sun comes up tomorrow as well. The Supreme Court, though, is allowing $6 billion in student loan debt to be canceled. There you go, folks. Now, in regards to the situation here for the average family in the United States, here's where we're at. Kobesi letter reporting median monthly house payment by state. Hawaii, $4,900 a month. That is insane. California, $4,500, $3,600 for Massachusetts. Washington State, $3,500. New Jersey, $34,000. Colorado, $32,000. New Hampshire, $31,000. Oregon, $3,000. Utah, $3,000. New York, $2,900. Rhode Island, $2,800. Montana, $2,700. That's pretty impressive. Actually, I didn't realize that. Montana and Idaho up there, $2,600. Connecticut, $2,600, and $2,500 for Arizona. This is your median monthly house payment by state. An annual new home payment in California now requires 61% of the median resident's income. The cheapest state is West Virginia, requiring 19% of the annual income for a new home payment. Buying a house has become a luxury. There are now 25 states that have a median monthly house payment above $2,000. 32 states require at least 30% of the median annual income for new home payments. The Housing Affordability Index is below 2008 levels. Follow the Kobesi letter, folks. Must follow for more analysis as this develops. Now, as we've been talking about, we've been watching this. This is the transfer of wealth. The greatest transfer of wealth in world history. This ain't the participation trophy economy anymore. Just because you own the real estate doesn't mean it's going to keep on going up in value. They've bust the whole system. As was acknowledged yesterday in the Fed minutes that got released, they broke the system. They accomplished what they were trying to do. They've brought back inflation on paper through their CPI lie, manipulated data back down to 5%. Now, I see a 20 spot there from Charles Looney. Appreciate that. Zach, I followed you from the start in this marketplace. Your channel and effort helped me gain my knowledge. Thank you. I refer you to hundreds of people as a trusted advisor. Charles, I appreciate that super chat. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate everyone who spreads this message far and wide. That's all I ask, folks. It is free to share this one. Share it on Twitter. Share it within your Discord, Telegram communities, and tell your friends and family if you want to help them out as well. I know sometimes it's hard to get through to friends and family. They're a little bit stubborn sometimes, but it's undeniable, folks. And as we just covered here in the real estate update, I got another real estate update coming for you guys. And what we're looking at, folks, is the average person becoming a renter. More and more Americans becoming renters, this becoming a renter nation. And who controls the assets? The BlackRocks, the asset managers. I mean, we're building out things behind the scenes right now for going to buy real estate, for building a real estate portfolio. We're positioned so well to move into that asset class. And I'm just remaining patient right now for buying a personal home. If I continue to rent, that's fine. I'm saving myself plenty of money by choosing to rent in my area versus that median monthly payment, as you can see, upwards of $3,000 to $4,000 plus in some of these states. The median. And this is all changing, right? When the free money was coming out, when the participation trophy economy was taking place, everybody was winning. Now that's unfolding, right? Now that's falling apart. They've pulled out the rug, and I don't spend a second blaming the Fed. I just figure out, how do I actually make sure that my business and my income is going to be recession proof? How do I make sure that I'm still going to be able to bring it in, and I'm going to be able to bring in more during these times? Because this situation is not 5% inflation. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. I mean, for what? I can't name one thing that I'm buying that's only up 5% from last year. Very few things. Now, okay. And that's what we're talking about. I've been having some conversations lately with some other guys. They're all, there's plenty of money still in the system to move into real estate, but these guys are remaining patient as well too. And so this is what I'm worried about. You're seeing huge communities built out, build to rent. These are developers and investors that are building it out, developing it just to rent it out, right? And in some of these real estate markets, they've already been hit hard, and they're going to continue to feel the pain. So we have to prepare accordingly for that, right? Now, let's keep it moving. Right on into our cryptocurrency update. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. I appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Okay, here we go. Crypto update. Let's get it. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs blocks bill that would remove taxes on Bitcoin mining. So Governor Katie Hobbs down there in Arizona, she's been doing some silly stuff down there, hasn't she? Since she got elected. Arizona. Governor Katie Hobbs blocks bill that would remove taxes on Bitcoin mining. Uh-oh, for my Bitcoin miner friends, proof of work doesn't work. How is it working? How is the program working out? I just think that we could use our energy and our resources better, but whatever. I'm no tree hugger, but apparently Governor Katie Hobbs might want to put a little tax on your Bitcoin mining, and we're seeing things develop here quickly, folks. Chairman Patrick McHenry and Representative Huizenga call out the SEC Gov Chair Gensler for failing to provide information on charges against Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. The lawmakers are considering all avenues to compel documents requested by Congress. Now we see this, Stuart Alderati retweeted this and he said, sounds familiar. It only took us 18 months and 6 court orders to get the docs from the SEC. And that's the chief legal officer at Ripple, Stuart Alderati, chiming in. And once again, we're exposing it all. We're about to win this Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this thing get set free. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to Reggie Middleton right here. We've had Reggie on the show 2 times now. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go follow Reggie and get tapped in on his story with the DeFi patent and what he's claiming. It's pretty incredible. But he says and shares this right here, 3 granted foundational technology patents, those would be his patents, have now been cited 101 times. Not bad for the inventor and invention that was labeled a fraud. And so he's been dismissed by the overall cryptocurrency space and the financial media anyways. He predicted the great financial crisis, the housing bubble. He's been a guy who's been tapped in now for well over a couple decades. But he filed these patents in regards to DeFi, and his patents have now been cited over 100 times. So a huge shout out to Reggie. Love to see the progress, and that is fantastic. And I'm, like I said, you got to follow Reggie's story because he's suing Coinbase. He's suing somebody else too. I forget all of his lawsuits. And if he's able to make any sort of progress in the legal case that he's making, it's going to be groundbreaking for the space because his DeFi patent would hit on a lot of crypto DeFi. So that's an interesting one to watch. We're going to see how far that he makes it. A-Prod, I appreciate the five spot there. Keep up the good work. XRP is greater than Bitcoin. I do agree. Now, here we go, folks. So we get an update in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit today. The Ripple defendants have filed their response to the SEC's letter of supplemental authority regarding the SEC's motion for summary judgment. So they're responding. This was a fair notice defense case that the SEC is kind of citing here. Excuse me. And they basically are getting a response here from Ripple in regards to this. Fred Rispoli, our good friend, chimes in, back on track for an any day now for the ruling. Back on track to any day now for the ruling. Fred Rispoli getting us excited over here. And we have to take a look at this. Ashley Prosper shared this. The image of a fly being swatted comes to mind when I read this reply. On a separate but related note, I wonder which third parties told the SEC that sales of XRP were not investment contracts. Hashtag release the Hinman emails. We have been working so hard to get this. And you can see right here, citing this response here from Ripple. Here, by contrast, there is abundant evidence, including extensive factual evidence from the SEC's own files and its communications with third parties. I wonder who that was. Showing that reasonable market participants trying to understand what the SEC would permit or prohibit concluded that defendants' offers and sales of XRP were not, quote, investment contracts, and told the SEC so. Wow. There is also abundant evidence that the SEC was not only aware of the widespread regulatory confusion, but helped to sow it by repeatedly offering and then disclaiming vague guidance that differed from the Howey test. The clear directive from Commonwealth is absent here, and they cite a couple more cases. Folks, you guys see it. It's so clear, and we're about to defeat the SEC, and I cannot wait. I would love to see all these guys get exposed for their corruption. What's in the emails, what's in their own files and communications with third parties where they were told directly, quote, the XRP was not an investment contract, right? And we're seeing it. We're right here, and we're back to any day now. We're back to pump it. We're pumping right now as we speak. I don't want to get any FOMO. I want to say once again, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. I just am reporting the news, and I tell you guys what I'm doing. And I've been stacking, and I will continue to stack. If they want to suppress it, they want to shoot us back down to 30 cents. It's all possible. It's all in the potential cards. And this is how manipulated cryptocurrency still is we can pump so hard and still get wiped clean later this year. Guys, we still have a long timeline, a long ways to go before we're talking about, these currency resets being finalized. All of the settlement moving to DLT getting finalized. ISO 222 getting adopted and finalized. It's all still going to be here for a while. So although we could see XRP pump in the short term to 60, 70, 80, you guys go refer to the TA guys and the predictions that they're making, right? Some of them talking about going up to 60, 70, 80%, and then a pullback back down to, back below 50 cents. I'm here for it. They want to give us more time to suppress this asset and give us time to accumulate. I'm here for it. As far as this lawsuit, the time is any day now. You guys see, Fred Rispoli said it. Any day now. Once again, for that ruling from the judge. Now, maybe she's going to let us party while we're in Vegas. What do you guys think? She's going to let us turn up in Vegas with a little summary judgment ruling from Judge Torres. Huge shout out. Now, let's continue here, folks. Wrath Economan. D-Local, a RippleNet user has created a white-labeled payment platform for Platform, a single platform to manage money for businesses, including multi-currency support. One API to connect the world. It comes awfully close to a bank, and it's another bank, another RippleNet partner that is launching a single platform to manage money for businesses, including multi-currency support with one API. Kind of sounds like the liquidity hub that just went live today, doesn't it? Absolutely. Now, we get this. We're going to get into it here, folks. David Schwartz responding to another 10 misconceptions, debate, confusion, questions in regard to XRP and the XRP ledger. So we're going to have to cover it. Here we go. David Schwartz chiming in. And it all starts with the man himself, or whatever he is here behind his profile picture. Scams are bad. Scam detective, who actually I've blocked because he says so much nonsense. I had to block this guy. He's one of the Twitter talking heads that's just spreading a bunch of FUD and nonsense. But anyways, Twitter's nice because even if you block someone, you're allowed to view their tweets, I guess. So I was able to view these tweets, and he says, when it's all said and done, people are going to look back and realize that Scam Detective was a good guy. Okay. And David chimes in. He says, a lot more said than done. I would agree, David. Nice comment. And Scams comes back and says, hey, now that you have some time, can we discuss this list? And so this was a list. Here's a continuation. A continuation of the list that Sir Clown Sniper, some other Twitter talking head, put together, right? All these guys putting together their little cute lists. 10 more things that the XRP community needs to get right. Okay, let's set the record straight. Let's make sure that nobody's offended about speculating about the XRP ledger. Is this approved? Can we speculate about this? I always have to ask the questions when I speculate about the XRP ledger and XRP now going forward. I want to make sure that no one's offended when I speculate in regards to XRP. Now, here are the 10 more things that need to get through to the XRP community. The XRPL cannot work offline. It needs the internet. There are currently 0 CBDCs built on the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger never came anywhere close to doing 1,500 transactions per second. XRP is not an asset in some new ESDR basket, and there is no ESDR built on the XRPL. RippleNet does not use the XRPL DEX for liquidity because there is none. The XRPL is the only public blockchain missing 32,000 ledgers blocks. That's false. And a lot of this is false. I will explain with David. RippleNet does 0.07% of the volume of Swift. Only 60% of this is ODL XRP. While XRP total supply is deflationary, the circulating supply is currently inflationary. Ripple still sells XRP regardless of who it is to, and it accounts for 98% of their revenues. 10. There is no XRP with a much higher price on private sidechains. Okay. Let's set the record straight. David Schwartz chiming in. He says, sure. First off, the XRP ledger certainly needs the internet for now and the foreseeable future. So once again, they did release XPOP proof of payment, but you still do need internet connection on one side of that transaction, okay? But you can do the QR codes, right? You can settle it up later, and it is all coming, right? We're about to move quantum. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry. The quantum financial system is not just a conspiracy. It is a military operation that's being worked in. The underground bunkers, they're working on it while we speak. Don't be fooled. Don't get it twisted. But let's continue before I digress. No CBDCs on the XRP ledger right now. Correct. But we do have the One Nation's stablecoin, right? That was Bhutan's stablecoin that was put on the XRP ledger, but we don't have any CBDCs on the XRP ledger. They are on the private ledger that Ripple forked for central banks. Correct. We understand that now. 3. We've never seen 1500 TPS on the live XRPL. I suspect it could, as currently configured, probably sustain about 300 to 500. Now, remember that they touted on this private ledger that has no the private ledger that does have the CBDCs on it right now as we speak, can do hundreds of thousands of transactions per second and is much more scalable than the public XRP ledger DEX, right? And with side chains, you would be able to ramp up that capability as well. That is not a problem, folks. These guys just want to FUD the XRP ledger so bad. While someone could create a basket containing XRP, the only current reason to do so I can think of is as for a cryptocurrency index exposure. So it's, he doesn't deny that it's possible, right? Many things are still possible. Many NDAs are still in place, but okay, let's address it. Yeah, if somebody did want to create a basket containing XRP, they could. But David says that the only current reason to do so I can think of is for cryptocurrency index exposure, which obviously, why does Ripple have 1,700 not investment contracts, but distribution contracts, pre-allocation contracts to disperse XRP, right? Obviously, some banks, some institutions, potentially central banks, potentially the BIS, could be trying to get some exposure or use the XRP ledger, or even the IMF could be trying to use XRP as an ESDR down the road, right? That's all still possible. Just because some fudster on Twitter, some Twitter talking head said that it's not reality now, doesn't mean that they don't know about the deals that have already been done behind the scenes, or that it's not potential, right? But, once again, these guys want to stop any sort of conversation, right? We can only stick to what's right in front of us in today, right? Now, David chimes in here on RippleNet using ODL XRP. He says, true, RippleNet does not use ODL liquidity, and proposals to allow it to do so all include new sources of liquidity. Yeah, but you have to remember once again here, folks, that ODL liquidity is now only 60% of RippleNet, and that's been growing. So you're seeing more and more ODL liquidity is, taking over RippleNet, which is the start. And once again, you need XRP, and you need it at a set price to be able to supply that liquidity, right? Even if they're using centralized exchanges. Even if you're using centralized exchanges, you still need a supply, you still need a price, you still need to be able to turn it over so many times in a day to give you that liquidity value, right? And like they always say, as like David said back in the day, XRP is the secret sauce. You get them on RippleNet, right, first, then you transition them to XRP. Next, point 6. True, the XRP ledger is the only public blockchain missing 32,569 blocks, but others, like Ethereum, have much worse gaps in public transaction data. Okay. So he's acknowledging that, right? There was a little hiccup back when they first got the ledger started, right? But once again, you have to recognize, for that to become an issue, 80% of the validators would have to let it become an issue. 80% consensus is needed to move the ledger forward. So that is a non-issue. The 32,000 blocks from the very beginning is a non-issue, in my opinion. 7, I'm not sure exactly what fraction of RippleNet volume is ODL, but hearing it was 60% wouldn't surprise me. Getting customers to be able to easily use ODL when, if they choose to do so, is, in my opinion, still a huge win. Okay. So, there you have it, folks. David setting the record straight on some of these things. And, the main thing that, I think that the community is now realizing is that Ripple did fork the ledger for central banks. But remember, right, you still need a neutral bridge currency. So if you create a separate token to be that neutral bridge currency, right, on the private central bank ledger, right, how is it going to be a neutral currency, right? Because XRP wasn't issued by Ripple, right? That's what makes it the neutral bridge currency today, is that Ripple didn't issue it, right? The CTO of Ripple, David Schwartz, was one of the 3 founders and creators of the XRP ledger, correct? Right? But this is something that was also being worked on back in 2004 through Ryan Fugger. This is something that's been planned long ago. But what are we moving to, right? We're moving to neutral reserve currencies, gold, silver, and XRP. Not any CBDC, right? You still need that neutral bridge currency in between or on top of, however you want to lay it out on your diagram, in between or on top of all of these CBDCs, all of these private walled gardens. Like David always said, you give them that big red button so when they do want to drop the walled gardens, they can. They can use XRP, right? So for me, all of this back and forth, all this clarification does not take away from the need for that neutral bridge currency. I don't care what anybody says. That need only grows when we get everybody trying to issue new CBDCs, trying to reset their currency. We're moving away from the US dollar. The need for that neutral bridge currency only grows on a daily basis, i.e. gold and silver breaking out, XRP breaking out as well. So, it's nice to see David kind of chime in, kind of set the record straight. And for me, I don't care to get, corrected on the tech ever, because I'm not a tech guy. So for me, it's never been about trying to get the tech right, or, all these narratives. People, you push narratives. No, we have conversations over here, and we're not afraid to have these conversations. We never shy away from the conversations, right? I don't do clickbait. If we're going to talk about something, we're going to talk about it. And if it comes out that that's not how it works, if we misunderstood it, that's fine, right? With everything that's going on, I think that people are just missing the main point. In the XRP is one of few assets that is truly neutral right now. It is a neutral reserve currency, and Ripple has been treating it as such. Right? If Ripple didn't believe in XRP, why are they fighting this case for $100 million? Why are they still returning 75% of the XRP that gets released to them back into escrow? They wouldn't be doing that if they didn't care about XRP. Right? They wouldn't be trying to grow ODL. They wouldn't be hiring all these people for ODL, for all these other markets where XRP's been deemed already to be a currency, not a security. The investments don't lie. The investments in the XRP. Why would they do a $250 million NFT creator fund for the XRP ledger? Why would they spend $250 million if they didn't care about XRP on letting creators build little NFTs? Right? That just doesn't make sense. So, once again, I hope that our community sees through all this FUD, all this, confusion that's kind of been spread about, all these narratives. I understand there's clickbait. I understand. There's XRP to 10K video that's dropped every day. There's a XRP 589. There's decoders. There's riddles. There's this. There's that. Don't let it distract you. Don't let any of it distract you from what can I do on a daily basis. You can continue to take action on a daily basis, regardless of any narratives, regardless of any clickbait. For me, I've always thought, the clickbait just won't last, right? So if I'm going to put something in the title, I'm going to explain it. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to have a conversation about it, because clickbait doesn't last, right? Little hype doesn't last. And I've seen all the other guys come and go. They had a show. They don't have a show. They had a show. They talk about Pokemon cards now. They were making five, 6 figures promoting projects during the bull run. Now they got a job. Had to go get a job, right? So I've seen that program come and go. That's why I've never been about that. People get it twisted. Oh, how's the buyback committee going? I've never been about pushing any of these narratives. People really confuse that. Just because you talk about something doesn't mean that you're pushing it, right? But like I say, we've had too much time here in a bear market, too much infighting, too much BS, too much time to spread FUD. And so that brings us to where we're at today. Now, I have a few more here to show you guys. We're not done. Here we go. This is from Ripple X. Earlier this year, Joel Katz predicted the second wave of tokenized assets would shift to utility-based NFTs, and it's happening. Learn how brands and creators are using tokenization to bridge physical experience with the digital world. And we have Ripple's Creator Fund enables phygital NFT projects on the XRP ledger. Physical, digital, is that, I don't know how to pronounce that word properly. But like I said, if they didn't believe in XRP, why would they give $250 million, one of the largest NFT creator funds in the space, to the XRP ledger creators, right? And like David Schwartz says, this is much more than memes. Now we're getting business adoption. Now we just got Liquidity Hub. Folks, it's getting fired up as we speak. Do not confuse the facts. Here we go, folks, right here. Seamlessly bridge traditional fiat systems with the new world of crypto. Find out how your business can unlock immediate real-world value through crypto and blockchain with Ripple Liquidity Hub. I'm going to let this play, and on the rewind, if you guys see that this clip got pulled, it's because this got copyrighted for the music, but I'm going to try to see what happens when I play this video. This was put out here by Ripple today. Liquidity Hub just dropped. Let's get it.
Crypto is here. It's no longer an idea or on the horizon. It's already the reality of how businesses and people trade, move, and manage value. But despite a growing desire by businesses to engage in crypto, integrating digital asset solutions is complex. It often requires cumbersome integrations, has high costs, and involves engaging with fragmented, slow, and costly fiat payout landscape. At Ripple, we built Liquidity Hub to seamlessly bridge the new world of digital assets with the traditional world of fiat. The experience is plug and play, encompassing a single API connection into a breadth of liquidity pools. It offers optimized pricing via smart order routing, and through Ripple's suite of products, best-in-class last-mile fiat payouts into global jurisdictions will be available. Liquidity Hub powers interoperability between crypto and fiat systems, bridging digital assets seamlessly. Partner with Ripple for your crypto liquidity needs today.
Remember when I put out my first little TikTok over 2 years ago now, and I said that Ripple is basically compared to the central bank of the central banks, right? To the BIS, IMF, and I consider them a little bit of both, right? Because they're the international settlements is at the BIS, the clearinghouse of basically the world, right? But then you have that through the liquidity hub, but then you also have them kind of playing the role like the IMF, because they've basically been developing and using the XRP ledger as if it's already the ESDR. And for all intents and purposes, I make the case the XRP already is a world reserve digital currency. It's already on its way to becoming as liquid as a G10 currency. And after we get regulations set and done here in the United States, I think that you're going to see so many deals, so many partnerships get unlocked, and this thing's going to accelerate at rapid pace. Just as quickly as you're seeing countries move away from the dollar, you're going to see countries, deals, banks, financial institutions announcing that they're working with Ripple here because they have the best liquidity in the world. Liquidity Hub, our B2B crypto liquidity API solution. Like I said, it's interesting how all their partners are putting out a single API as well. It's so similar. We are excited to announce that Ripple Liquidity Hub is officially open for business. Last year, we launched a successful pilot, and now Liquidity Hub is publicly available to provide businesses with a simple, seamless way to manage their modern crypto liquidity needs. Designed for usability and interoperability, it gives enterprise customers a competitive advantage in a multi-asset future. A future defined by liquidity. We are rapidly moving towards a multi-asset reality wherein consumers and businesses will have to manage a broad portfolio of assets across fiat, cryptocurrencies, central bank digital currencies, non-fungible tokens, and more. So this is everything. From fiat currencies, right? Crypto, CBDCs, and NFTs, and more. Businesses must be able to move into and out of these distinct assets quickly and easily, regardless of the number of users on the platform. Trading volume and market efficiency, all aspects which may impact liquidity. A key component to this is ensuring businesses do not have to sacrifice value in order to execute transactions like affordable real-time cross-border payments. Crypto and digital assets can also enhance transparency and facilitate treasury functions. These use cases all hinge on interoperability requiring strong on and off ramps between crypto and fiat and deep pools of liquidity between asset pairs or a crypto asset to bridge lesser pools. Maximum crypto liquidity. Liquidity Hub was created in response to the gap and inefficiencies associated with bridging the world of crypto and fiat. It functions as a standalone solution or an extension of our cross-border payment solution, which leverages our global network to provide partners access to payout rails worldwide. As a turnkey solution for enterprises, Liquidity Hub was designed to source digital assets from the broader crypto market more easily and efficiently. We wanted to make it as frictionless as possible for businesses looking to supercharge liquidity, power crypto payments and operations, or support end customers interested in buying, selling, or holding crypto. Liquidity Hub benefits from all the hard-won lessons Ripple gained sourcing liquidity from other providers and across multiple venues for ODL. It combines ease of use, powerful payment integrations, cost savings, and more into a single scalable enterprise-grade platform, said Brad Chase, head of liquidity products at Ripple. Reduce costs and free trapped capital. Available 24/7, 365, Liquidity Hub leverages smart order routing to source a variety of digital assets at optimized prices across multiple liquidity venues, including market makers, exchanges, and OTC desks. These deep liquidity pools from multiple providers ensure liquidity is sourced when you need it, from USD to Bitcoin to ETH, ETC, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. By optimizing crypto pricing and liquidity across asset pairs, businesses can realize significant cost savings on high volume transactions like treasury management. Importantly, Liquidity Hub reduces the need to pre-fund capital positions to source liquidity or transactions within multiple venues, freeing up previously trapped capital that can be applied to other areas of your business. Eliminate complex liquidity management. This solution makes it easy to source and manage liquidity across several venues, and because it uses a streamlined API, businesses can get started on their crypto strategies without the intensive integrations and unnecessary investments of time and resources. Once live, Liquidity Hub eliminates complex multi-venue management requirements by allowing businesses to access digital assets all in one place. Multi-asset, multi-venue sourcing also locks in optimized pricing and stability to shield businesses from market volatility and price swings. The intuitive dashboard enables streamlined managing, trading, and reporting of transactions to further simplify digital asset management. This simple, user-focused approach helps companies avoid having to build teams of crypto experts, affording more time, budget, and head count. Liquidity Hub offers usability and interoperability, helping teams quickly and easily get started and then manage the assets that drive their businesses, said Chase. power an interoperable future. Liquidity Hub is an integral part of Ripple's commitment to helping businesses unlock immediate real-world value through crypto and blockchain. At its core, it allows for seamlessly bridging between traditional fiat and crypto assets paired with Ripple's broader suite of products. Liquidity Hub enables businesses to optimize crypto liquidity and tap an extensive network of global payout rails to streamline crypto transactions, treasury management, and other applications. Its streamlined API and simple intuitive design make it easy for customers to deploy and manage, and its ability to execute real-time trades around the clock with a minimum number of requotes or slippage, all while meeting a high bar for security and regulatory standards, provides peace of mind for any business. Ripple Liquidity Hub is a purpose-built platform for enterprises that confers a critical business advantage in a crypto-first structure. Available by jurisdiction, click here to learn more about Liquidity Hub. Let us fire it up, folks. Let's send it. Liquidity Hub is now live. This is what we've been waiting for. This is going to be the best liquidity in the world, right? This is going to be the best liquidity in the world, because they're going to be tapped in from fiat to CBDCs, NFTs, cryptocurrencies, you name it, whatever you need, we can source it with smart order routing at the best prices. And we have multiple options. And this is all part of Ripple moving over here, becoming equivalent to the IMF, equivalent to the BIS. I said Ripple, in my first video, I said something along the lines of Ripple is equivalent to a central bank, but they compare more to the central bank of central banks because they're not just issuing something that's for one country. It's not just for the United States. It's not just for Great Britain. This is for every country across the world, every currency, every cryptocurrency, every NFT, every platform, fiat, CBDC, you name it. The best liquidity in the world. And we're going to treat XRP like the reserve currency of this digital world that we're creating out, the digital reserve currency of the internet of value. Can XRP surpass Bitcoin? Let's cover this. Now, you guys just saw, and everybody's running rampant with the speculation on what Elon the Musk is about to do here. Did he just provide the crypto checkmate with the Everything app, right? So we saw they just partnered up with eToro, and you guys can go see what eToro said back in the day. This was a 2019 tweet that was put out by eToro, the dark horse. We still don't know if Bitcoin can ever be surpassed, but XRP by Ripple Labs just might have a chance if so. Tell us, who is your dark horse candidate for football's MVP this year? Hashtag XRP. So there you have it. This was put out February 1st, 2019. And it's interesting to look back at all these platforms and how bullish they've been, how they love to use the XRP army, get the attention of the XRP army. And it's interesting to see how XRP did surpass Ethereum in the previous bull run, right? And depending on what exchanges and what data you pull from, XRP actually took the #1 spot for a brief moment in time during that bull run as well. But we for sure took Ethereum by all measures and all data that we pull from the last bull run. XRP did go to the #2 spot. It did surpass Ethereum. Can it surpass Bitcoin? I think it can. I think that it will. I think that utility wins in the end. And you're about to see so much liquidity pour into this thing, and so much liquidity and utility get announced that have been hidden behind the scenes, hidden behind NDAs, hidden behind deals. There's a reason why XRP is being held and treated like a reserve currency by Ripple. Don't confuse the facts. Don't get lost in the FUD. That's why you come to this channel, so we can cut through the nonsense and provide clarity, not just on crypto, current events as well. And we go back, we pull all this. And now it's all come full circle. Now we've been vindicated on everything. And you're starting to see silver breakout, gold breakout, XRP move. Everyone in the world is talking about, how do we solve the liquidity, debt, and currency crisis? We're holding all the assets that you need to do so. So I just want to say a huge shout out to this community. I see you guys have been buying precious metals. You guys have been buying cryptocurrency. You're positioned to move in real estate. And that's where our community's been at. We're tapped in on every single level, every single asset class. So if you guys haven't already, please smash this up and smash that thumbs up. And then can you share this content far and wide for me? And let me spend a few moments here with you guys to do some rapid fire Q&A. Let's take some Q&A at this point. Shoot me the question. Let me know what you're working with and I can help you guys out. What have my lawyers been telling me and directing me to do? Well, that's conversations that we've been having ongoing. Many conversations. Derivatives, it's coming. All of it's going to DLT. DEX, you understand that the XRP ledger, it's funny, DEX is here. The XRP ledger, the fundamental basis, it is the best DEX in the world. I mean, that's what it is, right? It's the DEX where you need to use that native currency, the world reserve digital currency, XRP. And through Ripple's liquidity hub, you're going to be able to source the best liquidity ever. I appreciate you guys. What are we working with? Let me take some questions. Can't wait to see you guys in Vegas. Can't wait to see you guys in the Discord group. We got some big sessions coming up underway, folks. Big interviews. I'm already scheduled to go on a couple of people's shows. We got some other ones lined up. What's up, TikTok? Thank you. What's the closest competitor to XRP? XLM is basically a carbon copy of XRP, but they don't have near the partnerships or connections and deals already signed like Ripple does. But they're trying. They copied. They're trying to keep up. Solo and Core, yeah, they're trying to do a little something. How do you get started? Well, you get started by making sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you follow, okay? And then the way that we get started is by, you can go back and you can look. We've done deep dives. The Stellar deep dive that I did is one of the most viewed deep dives on XLM ever. You guys can go look at that one if you want to learn more about XLM Stellar. Obviously, I talk about XRP on a daily basis, so that's very clear. On a daily basis now, we're talking about the precious metals as well. So I would just say continue to stay tapped in here at this channel. But if you want to get tapped in with a community that can help you along the way, well, that's what our Discord group does. Our Discord group lifts each other up, right? We got people that'll help you out, whether you're trying to move some crypto around, trying to figure out, how to buy crypto, whatever it may be, precious metals, real estate. We have conversations about everything. Businesses, how to start a side hustle, how to make sure that your job's recession proof. So make sure that you're followed here, folks. If you're new here, are they connected? Yeah, they're like brother, sister, XRP, XLM, big brother, little brother. Check Crypto Aries tweet. Well, I'm sure this will be a waste of time, but okay, whatever. Yeah, XRP is not on the dashboard. Yeah, we already covered that. Like I said, that's a waste of time. Yeah, we knew that. Liquidity Hub's about accessing everything from fiat, every cryptocurrency, NFTs. It's everything. It's not meant to be just XRP. So just stating the obvious once again. Time to deep dive Casper. You rent because you haven't settled home. No, I've settled home. I like where I live, but my market here has gone crazy. My market here is upside down. It doesn't make sense. Did I buy anything today? No, everything's up. So I'm letting my assets ride, and I'm just focusing on making as much money as possible right now. Just right now we are building so much, and we're trying to eat while we can, and a lot of big stuff. Why is it not on the dashboard though? Because they're just trying to reiterate that you can use and settle in any crypto, any fiat. It's everything. Everybody already knows that you can use the XRP ledger and that Ripple will help you do so, right? So they don't need to put that on the dashboard. It's not that they've abandoned XRP. It's that they have partners, banks, institutions, enterprises that need to source liquidity for all of their crypto solutions, right? So this gets more banks and institutions to partner with Ripple. And what's Ripple doing? Right? They're treating XRP like a reserve currency. There's some people who just want to twist every little thing to be negative. They want to see us lose so bad. They want to see the narratives get corrected so bad. Isn't XRP the way money is going to be moving in XLM, how merchants can process its payments? Well, the world's moving to DLT technology for all payments. So all payments are going to be basically happening in digital form. I don't even know if fiat will exist. Maybe in a few countries they'll keep fiat around, but I expect everything to go digital. And so, yeah, I mean, you need settlement networks, you need settlement layers, you need neutral bridge currencies. So that's where XRP, XLM come in. Welcome from, greetings from Portugal. Thank you. Appreciate that. What's the best way to learn charts? Hard to read and understand. I don't know the best way, but I'll just say this. If you want to do charts and TA, prepare to spend some serious time investing in your education. And prepare to lose money when you put skin in the game. Do I think that things will be forced to go digital in the US after a cyber or EMP attack? There's already been many cyber and EMP attacks. Well, I guess not an EMP, but there's already been many cyber attacks and a lot of our infrastructure's already been under attack. So that's kind of ongoing. I don't know if they'll be able to force it in the United States because we have congressmen right now, congressmen and women that are trying to actually stop CBDCs from being issued from the Federal Reserve. Our Federal Reserve is an unconstitutional entity as it exists right now. And the DC corporation that was left standing when Trump left office has been crumbling ever since. So we've kind of just been watching that show over the last couple of years. And a lot has to be reset and restructured. I don't know what the exact plan is going to be. I just know how other countries are announcing it. You know, they're backing their currencies by gold, by commodities, rare earth minerals. And they're using DLT technology to settle instantaneously without using the US dollar to settle up their trade. And so you're seeing the rest of the world move. You're seeing the United States stall, hide, conceal their corruption. And they're trying to, you know, basically hold on as long as they can here to the old system, the old way. And they're trying to control the demolition of the old way so that they can control the new world. They want to control with Agenda 2030 is what you're looking at. You know, you can listen to them talk in Davos at the World Economic Forum. It's mainstream now. Everyone understands that. Everyone understands what they're trying to build out. 15-minute cities, crickets for lunch, no purpose to your life. I won't be participating. Crypto Kratos 5-spot. Thoughts on Cypherium? Fed now is utilizing Cypherium on the back end beginning June and July. Double check that. Crypto Kratos, a lot of reports of that. Yeah, that was kind of the hype. They've now been removed from the website as far as I've heard last on that. In-N-Out Burgers, Five Guys, or Shake Shack? Five Guys is crazy expensive. I feel like I spend like $20 for a burger and a shake there. So, anytime I eat there, I feel like it's just like ridiculous. In-N-Out is like pretty good. I like it. It's like different. When you go to a different part of the country and you get a different little something, it's nice. Shake Shack, I haven't had too much of, actually, to be honest. That's a good question, though. I'd probably do In-N-Out. I feel like In-N-Out's better than Five Guys, and it's cheaper. What do I think about Fed now? Whatever they do, it's not neutral. And so that's the whole problem is like, I have to use the US dollar. I'm going to have to use the US CBDC, I guess. Maybe I won't have to. But I want to have options outside of that. And once again, I want to have a neutral currency outside of that. So that's the problem with Fed now, with US CBDC, with Euro CBDC, with digital pound, is what do you have to back your currency? If you don't have anything to back your currency, I don't want to hold it. I might have to use it. I might have to use the CBDC, but I don't want to hold it. Right? So, you know, I've been buying as much silver and XRP as I can over the last few years. And then over the last year, I've been stacking cash on the sidelines for real estate. Real estate's still got a lot of pain to go, so I'm waiting on that. Thoughts on the UMU currency issued by the IMF that's basically an ESDR. It's not neutral either. So that's the thing with all of these projects, with all of these sandboxes that the BIS is doing, Icebreaker, all these projects, is I don't think that they're creating a neutral currency. Will it be used? Yeah, potentially. But I think that, once again, you know, if it's not truly neutral, if it's controlled, only those that don't mind being within that system are going to use it. I believe today was an all-time high for gold price. It depends, because against other currencies, it's already been at all-time highs, right? Where is gold at? Silver up to $26 per ounce. Gold up to $2,043. So we're approaching all-time highs. Gold broke out here again, guys. Look at this. Here's your gold chart. Yeah, it moved. It moved. The world wants a neutral currency, right? No third party, no counterparty risk. When you hold it in your hand, there is no third party counter risk. There's no exposure to anybody else, right? You got the market that's going to move. But you're seeing, when you go to actually trade this coin, it's not $26 per ounce. When you go to buy this, you're going to pay upwards maybe $35-$40 per ounce. It's not 26. When you go to buy an ounce of gold, you're not going to be paying $2,043 per ounce, right? The premiums are going crazy. The supply is diminishing. And you have to remember, as we go into the Green New Deal, right? All of the energy, all the rare earth minerals is only increasing in demand. We need it even more. Your copper, your lithium, your zinc, your silver. They're building solar panels now that are double-sided, so they need twice as much silver as the old panels. The solar demand is expected to increase by 15% this year. We already had a 200 million ounce deficit last year. 400 million ounces picked up by India alone. And when Elon Musk needs silver for his vehicles, for his batteries, right? Not just for his vehicles, for all of the programs that Elon Musk has going, he needs silver to build out those batteries. He's willing to pay a little bit more on that premium, and he's willing to buy a whole lot more too, because they're sitting on billions of cash, right? So the industrial need for the metal takes away from the bullion that's available for me and you, Joe Blow, to stack and hold. And oh, look at this shiny little thing. Elon Musk is getting ready to swoop. They have to. It's not just Elon Musk. I just say that because everybody knows what I'm talking about. The silver demand is expected to increase another 15% this year from last year. And would you guys suggest or speculate, let's speculate on, is the silver demand from the retail market, has it grown this year compared to last year? Maybe just a little bit. Are people seeking out an alternative to the dollar? Do people want metals in hand right now? Yeah. And that's why we're getting reports from Andy Scheckman that we've gotten as many clients in the last month or a couple months as we have in the last 3 years. That's partially our community. That's our community buying a lot of this little shiny pet rock. But that's on top of the industrial. The setup's amazing. So if you guys want to get in touch, go to my website. Like I said, it's just very simple, guys. ZachRector.com. Get in touch with us. And I am going to wrap up this session. We got more content on the way, folks. And so much is happening. So make sure that you're subscribed here. Smash that thumbs up for me. Share this content far and wide. And I got some exciting stuff to share with you guys coming up here soon. Some exclusive interviews, some information, some patents that I've been shown that I got to be tight-lipped on for now, but we'll be revealing that, okay? And then for those in the Discord community, we got the Secret Sauce meetup that's going to be taking place in Vegas. I can't wait to meet you guys. Shane McLaughlin with the 589 spot. When will the leverage option of XRP be unlocked? Well, you're starting to see it come, right, Shane? And Automated Market Makers XLS 30D, the update there, that's going to help come in with the liquidity pools. So there will be even more options. And then once we get out of the lawsuit, once we get regulations, you're going to see more and more banks are going to be offering the ability to leverage your crypto. Ripple's going to be building out platforms to help you leverage your crypto. Or there's going to be so many options, right? There already is some that exist, but like I said, so many of them I don't trust. They're promising you 8% APY. They're promising you a story, but we're going through a liquidity crisis. So I want to see that get cleaned up before I give anyone a sliver of my XRP, right? So there's options available. There's more on the way. Automated Market Makers update XLS 30D coming. That's going to be fantastic. So there's going to be options, staking your XRP in a liquidity pool, earning a return, putting up your XRP as collateral for real estate deal. It's all coming. It's all coming. But for me, Shane, if you watched the last video that I just put out for the Discord community, it was talking about the exit strategy that I've been looking at. I revised it and I'm looking at it once again. And the key thing that I said is that I'm just looking for price to stabilize before I leverage. I don't care if we stabilize at $1, $2, $5, or $50. I just want to see us get through regulations, get through this lawsuit, and see us stabilize. And then we can start to build from there. And then I will feel comfortable leveraging my XRP. I want to see true price discovery, regulations out of the lawsuit. Let's start building utility and let's have a lot of fun. Guys, XRP is just part of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. If you're trying to figure this out, if you got questions, right now, I got a very special offer for you guys. This is going to be a limited time deal until my schedule gets booked out again. And so what we're looking at right now is you get a free 30-minute one-on-one session when you sign up for a year of the Patreon Discord membership. Okay, so go take a look. You save 16% on your membership fees, and then you also get a free 30-minute one-on-one session with myself where we can talk about the assets that you're investing in, the businesses that you're building and running, and how we can take advantage of this opportunity. Okay, it's all over at my website, ZachRector.com. On the way out, do me a favor, smash it for me, and I will see you guys in the next one. God bless you all. Thank you so much.